Heyo, your friendly neighborhood quarter guy here, and first off, I'd like to thank all of you guys for the feedback you gave me on top 10 underappreciated gems. I had a lot of fun doing that one. I've been reading through the comments, and I've been seeing a lot of recommendations for games on there. Some games I have played, a few of them like The World Ends With You and Okami. Others that I haven't played before, like Stuntman and Shadow Hearts. So thank you for all the feedback on that, and thank you to those who dropped a like or a favorite. I really appreciate those. I also got quite a few comments commenting on Josh's cameo. I could say that I had to beg and plead him to be in this video, but as it turns out, he was recording his camera segments for his own video, so that was convenient for him. Thanks a lot for the cameo, Josh, and if there's anything I can do to help you, feel free to let me know because I'm always willing to help. Also, there were a few cult classics that some people recommended. I would like to do a list on cult classics at some point, but that will have to be at least until after I've finished Earthbound. I don't know what my next list is going to be yet, but when I do, I will make it the best that I can make it. Also, earlier this week was my birthday, and I'm going to be honest with you, I fielded a lot of birthday greetings on Skype. Well, so that happened. One thing I would like to talk about is apparently Smash Bros. 4 won't have a story mode or cutscenes, and Sakurai's justification is because things get spoiled on the internet. Granted, I did enjoy Subspace Emissary to a point, but I don't think a story mode's really necessary. An adventure mode would be fine. I mean, look at Melee. It didn't really have a story mode, and it was awesome. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. And there were some things about Subspace Emissary that bothered me. Great Maze, anyone? So, let me know what you think about this idea of not having a story mode in Smash Bros. 4 down in the comments. With that said, on to user questions. First question comes from Emblem F48. He asks, have you played any games in the Fire Emblem series? If so, what are your thoughts on it? I do have Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones as part of the 3DS Ambassador program, but for some reason, I just can't seem to get into Fire Emblem. I'm usually not that much for strategic command RPGs like Fire Emblem. I like more of the action, to be honest. Games like the Tales series of RPGs, for example, or Pokemon, where you're right in the action. And another thing that bugs me about Fire Emblem, and this will probably sting for a lot of you, say it with me, permadeath. I know it's supposed to be a punishment for not being strategic, that when one of your characters dies, they're gone for good. But still, I find that aspect of Fire Emblem to be irritating. Sorry, but it's just not my thing. Next question comes from Brick Studios 01. He asks, what is the worst fan base in your opinion? And you can't say Call of Duty because that's too easy. Well, thank you for making my job a lot more complicated. Nah, just kidding. I'd probably have to say the Sonic fan base. Reason being, they're just unpleasable. I mean, no matter what game comes out in the franchise, no matter what Sega tries to do to fix Sonic's reputation, the Sonic fanbase usually finds something to complain about. Down to the color of Sonic's eyes. His freaking eyes! I mean, take a look at a Knothole resident for the definitive proof of that. I mean, I find enjoyment out of most of the Sonic games I've played. I enjoyed Sonic Unleashed. I really loved Sonic Colors. I enjoyed Sonic Generations, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy Sonic Lost World. I will admit, though, Secret Rings was... I can't believe I found any enjoyment in that game whatsoever. Guilty pleasure, I guess. Next question comes from the Deity of Ice. He asks, favorite BlazBlue character and why? I think it should be kind of obvious. I mean, if you looked at my icon, it's Ragna for crying out loud. As far as why, I'll probably explain that somewhere down the line. Because, to tell you now, it sounds like the sort of thing that I would explain in a countdown. Yeah. But anyway, yes, it is Ragna. And that should have been obvious. Next question comes from Dinah Kirby 63. He asks, have you tried Megaman Unlimited? If so, what do you think of it? I am going to be honest here. That game is pretty freaking awesome. I can really tell what Megaphil X and his comrades put a lot of effort into this game. Some of the songs there are really kick-ass, and level design is some of the most challenging I've encountered in a Mega Man game. One thing I will admit, Yoku Man. His stage is designed to mess with your head. I mean, not only are there the infamous disappearing blocks right at the start, but there are enemies disguised as disappearing blocks, disappearing spikes, beacons that completely screw up the background, and yeah, there's also a maze in the level that you have to navigate. And let me tell you about Yoku Man himself. He'll conjure up the disappearing blocks during the battle himself, conjure up spikes, and even fake his own death just to get inside your head. Wow. Good thing he's an optional boss. But a few of the songs kind of bug me, but the rest of them are really good. So yeah, Mega Man Unlimited, I can really tell there was a lot of effort put into it. And it seems like probably the best we're going to get about Mega Man this year. Unless Capcom decides to pull a miracle here. Final question comes from Shadow Knight of Light. He asks, why do you always wear a backwards screw attack cap? Are you bald or something? I am not bald. I wear this hat as sort of like, let's just say it's part of my online persona. Persona! But, if you really want to know what's behind this cap, well, behind this cap is